Hello, my name's Colette. This is our Let's Chat video. I want to talk about a couple of occasions where me saying red round an aura or red round some words actually did mean danger. The first one is quite hard to tell because I didn't do anything about it. And that's kind of haunted me for many years. And if I tell you the story, I'm sure you'll understand why. But because of this story, I'm very much, if I do see something or I feel something, I will say if it's so strong. So in the first occasion, it was back in the 80s, I think it was about 1986, because I hadn't had my first daughter. And on a Saturday night, my first husband and I used to watch a programme called the Noel Edmonds Late Late Breakfast Show. And it was just a fun kind of magazine sort of Saturday night show, probably quite like the starter shows for maybe Ant and Dec now. And it was funny. But they had this thing in it called the whirly wheel, and basically people's names were put on the whirly wheel, and it was fun. And wherever it stopped, that person then had to do a stunt in the week ahead. And the stunt was always something funny or scary, but and it was a big part of the show because the stunts were sometimes just hilariously mad, but other times you were like, oh my god, is that person going to do that? So anyway, one night we're sitting, it came to the whirly wheel thing, and before Noel Edmonds spun it, I was really attracted to a name on it, which I believe was Michael. But the name, all I know was that the name was covered in like red, like someone had put a dollop of maybe crayons on it or had put big, and it wasn't a cross or anything, it was just the whole thing seemed to be covered in red, just the one name. And when my eye was drawn to it, my first thought was, don't let the wheel stop at that name because there's red, and the red was giving me a feeling of danger. And I remember turning to my first husband and saying, "Oh, I hope that doesn't stop at that man's name." And he was a wee bit used to things stopping when I said they would stop, or certain things I would come up with that would happen, even in fun, like outcomes of football games or whatever. So he kind of looked at me and went, well, we'll see. So of course, Noel Edmonds spun it, and it went round and round. I could feel my heart pumping. I could see the red going round, and it wasn't anywhere else but on this man's name. And lo and behold, it stopped at this man's name, and I thought, oh no, I think something bad's going to happen. I don't know what it will be, but I think he might get hurt. And then I was only in my 20s. I wasn't a practicing clairvoyant at that time. I was a pharmacist. I'd had clairvoyant experiences and whatever, but this was kind of different because it was a feeling with this red over the man's name. I thought, what do I do about this? I thought, you can't do anything. You can't phone up Noel Edmonds. Don't even have a number anyway and say, please, I'm a wee bit worried because I saw red round this man's name. Would you stop the stunt or whatever? And I thought, I have to let this go and just hope. I'm daft anyway. There's nothing going to happen. It's just all in my head. And did I really see red round that man's name anyway? But it kept in my head, but I didn't see a tragedy, or I didn't see a potential outcome. I just a feeling of dread and the red over his name. And then after a few days, I put it to the back of my mind, and I think it was Wednesday morning. My radio alarm went off at 7 o'clock, and the news come on, and it said tragedy on the Noel Edmonds Late Late Breakfast Show. This man had done a stunt, a bungee jump, and the rope had snapped and he died instantly. And I remember just lying in my bed, crying my eyes out and feeling so bad because I'd done nothing, absolutely nothing. And How would you feel about that? You know, to this day, I think I wouldn't have been the only person to see this. No, there are many other clairvoyants out there. It was a prime time Saturday TV. What if we'd all lifted the phone? What if we'd all done something? Would it have made any difference? I actually don't think so. Because I've been involved in TV since then, and believe me, when things are rolling, they don't tend to get stopped. So that was what happened, and I'd seen red even before the whirly wheel was spun. I saw it as it was spinning, still attached to this man's name, and then it stopped at his name, and then the stunt went wrong and he died. And I took that on board, like not really there because I was too distressed, and I put it out of my mind for a long while. But when I actually had my own clairvoyant practice, when I actually was known through my columns, through TV work, whatever, if I did get something like that, I would make sure I could phone someone or at least let out what I was feeling. But it's horrible, and it's part of this gift that not good. Because I think this gift is really good if you can use it to help people. But there are things that you see that you can't help or wish you could have helped. And as I say, I don't believe, honestly, me as one person that was a pharmacist sitting and saying, oh, I saw red round that. I don't think it would make any difference, but I think more than me must have got that night. So anyway, that's a sad one, and I will carry that with me for a long time, but I've had to forgive myself for it, but it's been a lesson, and I feel so sad for the family that lost that man. The second, that was the 80s now. In 1996, I set up my own practice in Hamilton, and it was quite a thriving wee thing because I had a column in the local paper, and we had development classes, this, that, and next thing going on. And it just was really, really good. I was kind of as the go-to person if you had a question, because I could answer it via the column. It's a bit like YouTube just now. So anyway, I remember this must have been 1997. And it was warm. I remember it was really, really warm. I was sitting reading the paper before work one day because I used to work mainly at night. By that stage, I had kids, and I liked to be in the house with them, you know, put them out and for breakfast, you know, and get them back from school. So I worked a lot at night. So I was kind of sitting reading the paper that had been left, and there was a photo of Princess Diana, and she was on a jet ski. And it was a really lovely photo. She looked as though she was in the time of her life. But the minute I looked at it, okay, you going out? Fair enough. That's fine. That's the dog going a wee short walk. Anyway, so anyway, this picture, this photo of Princess Diana, which looked really good and really fun, had a red aura around her on the jet ski. I remember thinking, oh, God, that's odd, because I don't like seeing red around anything. You know, even in auras, red can be pain, it can be inflammation, but sometimes it's just danger. So I saw this and I thought, well, you know, there were rumours she was going out with Dodi Fayed, and there was all this ups and downs against the establishment. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say on it, but I just remember thinking, right, she's on holiday, she's on a jet ski. Let's just hope that's her done on the jet ski. Let's just say that's the danger over, because the picture's been up. And then I thought no more about it, but in August of that year, I actually had an odd thing because I had a few people phone me, very random people, and some of them were saying, are you getting any feelings about Princess Diana? And I was like, no, I'm not really. Thinking, well, I saw the jet ski red, but that was a few weeks ago. I was like, no, not really. Why? And one person would say, well, I just get a bad feeling about her, Colette, and I'm just wondering if anyone else is getting it. And that, the first time it happened, it was like, okay, a wee bit uneasy because I've seen this. And then another person phoned, and it was like, you might think I'm a wee bit daft here, but do you have any bad feelings on Princess Diana? And I was like, well, I think she was in a wee bit of danger maybe a wee while ago on a jet ski. That's all I've got of a photo. And I must admit, in about a week and a half, there must have been about 4 or 5 people, all just out the blue, coming up with this. And yeah, I say, well, why do you feel you're getting that? Don't know, just get a bad feeling. And okay, there was a lot in the press, there was a lot of things she'd said and done that, people would make a wee joke that she wanted to watch herself kind of stuff. But that was all. And then, of course, in late August, Princess Diana died in Paris. Now, I certainly hadn't seen that, and I would never say I did. I did not see Princess Diana dying in any way. And the people that were on the phone weren't appearing to come with that either. But what they were saying was, there's something not right. There's a vibe in the air that we're getting. And that was another time where red around a person, around a name, but it was a photo this time, actually did predict danger. So that's 2 occasions. Can't think of any more at the moment. If anything, it's maybe been smaller things where maybe people have brought photographs and I've seen a red mark and thought, they need to look after health. But they're the 2 big ones that I'll always remember. And again, I think the Princess Diana thing showed me that so many people are tuned in and get a lot, and some will sit with it and go, I don't know what I'm feeling here, but maybe I'll ask someone. And others just cover it up. And I believe there was a lot of people before Princess Diana's death that on some sort of vibe felt that she was in danger, which she obviously was. So, 2 sad stories, I'm afraid, for today. But again, wanting to tell you about the way my psychic gift, my clairvoyant gift, etc., has worked, or the experiences I've had with it. And so, although they're sad, that they're worth knowing. And also, if you do ever get something really, really strongly that you fear about someone, or you have a gut feeling that something's not right, act on it, okay? What's the worst that could happen? People could say, oh, she's stupid, or look at that imagination, or this, that, and the next thing. Does it really matter if you've prevented something negative happening? So remember not just to feel your gut instincts, but if they're so strong, they're not just anxiety, they're not just background stuff, they're poof, act on them. Tell it to someone. See if you can change it. If it's a destiny thing, maybe we are able to change it. If it's fate, you won't be able to anyway. That's the way that person was going to go, etc., etc. So again, I'm not even sure that you can totally change things all the time, but I think we can try. Okay, so if you have experiences yourself about, maybe seeing red, or seeing or feeling things off photographs or off the TV, why not join in the conversation? Leave comments below. I really do try to get back to people. I do enjoy interacting with you. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the content, don't give me a thumbs down. I'm just being honest. I'm just giving out experiences that I've had. So, and if you like my channel, subscribe, and that way you'll see all the random videos that come out when I'm being very random. So, thank you for watching, and look forward to hearing from you in the comments. So take care now. Many blessings. Bye.